Hey, welcome Bills Mafia. First I want to thank all you supporters, because my girlfriend did get a clean bill of health from her colostomy procedures, so everything was fine. She was so nervous about it, she couldn't sleep, so she has no sleep, but I believe in prayers, so I thank you for all your prayers about that. Now let me dive into this. Did you hear Matt Araiza with the Bills? They called him the punter guy that the Bills drafted last year in the 6th round when he was falsely accused. I knew he was falsely accused because he kept telling them I wasn't there when the supposed thing happened. And they found out he was at the party for maybe an hour and then he left, and then supposedly gang rape happened. Then they found out it was consensual. The only thing these guys could possibly be guilty of, the other guys I mean, is statutory rape. But however, if they did not know she was 17, it could be a different story. If they willingly knew that, now that could be a different story. But anyways, if I was Matt Araiza, I would sue her, pretty much her family, because she was a minor when she came out with these accusations on him, which means they're still liable because she is a minor. So if I was him, I'd go right after them. And me being a huge Buffalo Bills fan, if I was him, I would consider suing the Bills, because that's wrongful termination. Just because somebody said something doesn't mean it's true. We didn't want the distractions, this and that. And I remember people in the media were criticizing the Bills for not automatically letting him go. I'm like, why? Just because somebody said something? Turned out she made up the whole story and he wasn't even there. Then there's a part where it says, well, even the police department was listening in on a call that she made to him about all this stuff that happened. He's like, well, you better get a test for disease tests and all that stuff for STDs. Doesn't mean he did anything wrong doing it. It meant she probably had consensual sex, probably unprotected. That's what he was getting at. So it doesn't mean he was guilty of any wrongdoing. I knew he was innocent from the start. The whole thing seemed so shady. It just seemed like a money grab, because it was right after the Bills drafted him, and you knew he was going to eventually come into some money. So it really bothers me, because one of the problems with the Bills, this year wasn't too bad, but the year before, they were terrible punting, which means the Bills had to go for it more on 4th down, because the punting game was not good. When they, drafted him in the 6th round, Matt Araiza, in preseason, he kicked an 82-yarder. I was like, wow. So that changes field position, so that means the Bills wouldn't have to go for it as much. So if I was the Bills, I'd bring him back and give him a huge apology, because they should have never done that. That's wrongful termination. The woman made up the whole story about this. It just bothers me that people like her get away with that all the time. When it really does happen to somebody, they're not going to believe it, because they keep making up these stories, and there's no accountability. She should get locked up for like 5 years and a heavy fine for that. Wasted investigators' time on a story that she made up. Now, that being said, as far as the punting, now, do I think, the Bills would have won in the Super Bowl if they had a great punter? I'm not going to say that, but he could have made a difference at times. Because when the Bills' offense would sputter, it's nice to have a guy that could change the field the field. And so, if the offense sputters, like I said they do, then the punter could change everything, and then the defense is not in that much of a bind. But anyways, people, just please give me your thoughts on this one. I just think this is ridiculous. It's probably going to get away with this and not even get a slap on the wrist and not even get a lawsuit. But if I was him, I would sue them, because I'm a Bills fan. But like I said, I'd sue the Bills, because you can't just take her word for it with no proof or evidence. But anyways, please give me your thoughts on this one. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification. And please hit the subscribe button. And go Bills. Let's have a great year. Let's win the Super Bowl.